welcome to part one of the Skerries 100 lockdown special. I'm sure all of you sitting at home watching this would love nothing more than to be preparing for what could have been the Skerries 100 weekend. But sadly, the Skerries 100 had to be cancelled this year due to the coronavirus pandemic. But for all of you who are missing your annual trip to Skerries or just want to get your fix of bikes, we have a lot in store for you in part one of this two-part video. Introducing the sponsor of Race 1 for the Open Championship is AXA. A title sponsor for many years, they are now continuing to support the club as an individual race sponsor. They are one of Ireland's largest and oldest insurance companies, and the club are delighted to have them and their continued support. I would like to present to you the co-sponsor of Race 2, the junior support class, the Hills Cricket Club. The Hills is one of Ireland's best and most spectacular grounds, based just at the start-finish line here on the road into Skerries. The Hills have supported the Skerries 100 road race for many years, and their continued help and sponsorship to the club is greatly appreciated. Another co-sponsor of Race 2, the junior support class, is the Man of War Gaelic Football Club. The Man of War is based here in North County Dublin, a short distance from the Skerries 100 race circuit. Since being founded, the Man of War have continued to grow from strength to strength. The club have been very fortunate to have this relationship with the Man of War. They've provided the cover for the entrances for Skerries Road Race, both on practice and race day, for many years, and their assistance and continued support is invaluable. The third co-sponsor of Race 2, the junior support class, is Doors Plus Floors. Doors Plus Floors have recently come on board as a co-sponsor of the race. Hopefully there will be many more years of this to come. Doors Plus Floors are based in Dublin 11 and are Dublin's premier supplier of doors, stairs and floors. Head over to their website to check it out. I'd like to present to you the co-sponsor of Race 3, the Classic A 250 to 300 class, Henry Management and Maintenance Services. Henry Management and Maintenance Services supply all your security needs and have been a huge support to the club by not only keeping the paddocks secure, but by their continued sponsorship. Next up, the second co-sponsor of Race 3, the Classic A 250 to 300 class, B&V Nurseries. B&V Nurseries have been a race sponsor to the Skerries 100 for a number of years. Val Farrell being the face behind B&V Nurseries, the uncle of local rider Andy Farrell. The club would like to thank Val for his continued support and sponsorship throughout the years. I'd like to introduce you to Kennedy Motorcycle, sponsors of Race 4, the 600 Supersport Championship. Kennedy Motorcycles are a family-run business, having been started by James Kennedy Sr. in 1946. The business is now in the capable hands of Jimmy and managed by James, who is the third generation. Their contribution and sponsorship towards the event is much appreciated in the club, and just like Kennedy Motorcycles, the relationship between the club, Loughshinny, and them will hopefully continue for generations to come. I'm now going to acquaint you with the next co-sponsor, C&T Supermarket, who co-sponsor Race 5, the 250 to 400cc championship. C&T have been a great sponsor and support to the Skerries Road Race, and this partnership between Loughshinny and C&T has proven a great success over the last couple of years, and the club would like to commend all of you in C&T backing this event year after year. Another co-sponsor of Race 5, the 250 to 400cc class, is Ollie Grimes. To find out a little bit more about himself and his sponsorship, let's go and talk to him. So Ollie, you've been involved in the bikes and Loughshinny Motorcycle Club for many years now. What sort of satisfaction do you get out of sponsoring bikes?
We've had a wonderful time now over the last 10 or 12 years dealing with a lot of the local end of the motorcycle industry, because myself, I had no personal history with it, and it was when the likes of Andy Farrell came to me and asked me to get involved. I was kind of going, well, what's this really going to do for me? But being community orientated and that, I decided that I'd give it a go, and we decided to do a fundraiser in the first year, and it turned out to be absolutely fantastic. And it was the support from the whole biking community themselves. I found it was absolutely fantastic. From a business point of view, it was brilliant because the numbers arrived. They supported the bikers themselves in a very positive way, and they're extremely loyal to the riders and to us. And I found over the years it just got better and better, you know, and then obviously, we moved a little bit forward, and then we try and work with different riders, because everybody needs a bit of a leg up, and you can't just stick with the one guy all the time, So we were just doing bits and pieces with a lot of the local riders, but the support has been absolutely fantastic. Like I was in the Isle of Man there last year, I was brought over for one of the awards, and I knew everybody there. I'd never been there before, but you go into the hotel and the behind the counter and down to the bars and everything else, so it's been absolutely
it must have been
super.
great. It must have been great though for you as well in 2018 when one of your riders, Andy Farrell, won over in the Manx, on the bike that you sponsored.
It was absolutely magic, because as soon I was listening behind the scenes to what was going on, but within seconds of the race being over, Fran was online, and obviously crying his eyes out with happiness, delighted for Andy, delighted for all the work that they put in, and for the years of working, of course, him himself working on the bikes to make sure the machines go. But for Andy, it was absolutely fantastic to cap it there. It was absolutely fantastic.
It brought a brilliant buzz though home to the town of Skerries as well. And just on that, around the bike weekend, you own two fine establishments here in Skerries. Do you see a lot more people coming through the doors the week of the bikes?
The week of the bikes is absolutely brilliant. As you know, we've a food operation there in Ollie's next door, and we'd find even on the Thursdays, before people are settling into the town, they're in around the town. I'm getting it here because first of all, when you support, you are supported. So they're in here for their food and everything else, and then they're down the harbour, obviously taking in the beautiful town that we have here. So absolutely fantastic. And then right throughout those weekends, we do try and have a fundraiser or two, which brings a big night, because where's everybody going? They're going to go where they can support and have a good night at the same time, So it's brilliant for the town. We love it. There's festivals on in different towns around the country, and the Skerries 100. We're absolutely famous for it, So it's there in history, and sad obviously to see that everything has stopped this year, and now we know what we're missing out on. But now we know what we have to look forward to in the future.
Roll on 2021. The sponsor of Race 6, the 125 Irish Championship, is Sam Denigan & Co. Sam Denigan & Co. is a family-run business in Old Town, North County Dublin. Handed down through generations, its success as an international distribution company comes from its core value tradition, loyalty and hands-on experience. The club definitely benefited from those values as Sam Denigan continues to be a valuable supporter and sponsor. Next up, I would like to introduce you to a co-sponsor of Race 7, the Seaver family. They have been a continuous sponsor to Loughshinny for the last number of years and have had great involvement with Michael Seaver, the father of the family, attending Loughshinny's first ever club meeting back in the 1980s. The club greatly appreciate their continued support and loyalty. The second co-sponsor of Race 7 is ASM. Alan Sparling is the managing director of ASM, a continuing sponsor of the Skerries 100. Successful Southern Irish road racer Bill Sparling is Alan's father, who first came to Skerries in the late 1940s, back when the circuit was 7.1 miles long. Though Bill never won a race at Skerries, he was twice winner of the Hutchinson Trophy handicap at the Leinster 100 at Dunboyne in 1958 and 1961. The next sponsor that I would like to make you all familiar with is the sponsor of Race 8, the 650 Super Twins, Des Darcy Motors. Des Darcy was previously the event title sponsor for a number of years, but now still contributes to the event as an individual race sponsor. The club would like to extend a big thanks to Des Darcy and all of his team for their continued support throughout the years of the Skerries 100. Introducing you to the sponsor of Race 9, the 400 to 750cc class, the senior support, Hughes Sales and Service and Tow My Car. A local business based in Oberstown, Lusk, Hughes Sales and Services is there for all your motoring needs, and Tow My Car is there if you just get yourself in a little bit of trouble and may need a helping hand. The club are proud to have them involved in the event, and hopefully this link will continue with the club for many years. Thomas Tossie Fitzsimons is one of the most passionate sponsors and team owners in Irish racing, and the Swords resident is the driving force behind Tag Racing. He is also the owner of Van Fleet Transport that is based in Ballycoolan, and they are the sole logistics partner for Dunn Stores. Tossie has sponsored many different riders over the years, and he He also raced himself in the olden days of Paddy racing in Mondello Park. Tossie Fitzsimons definitely puts his passion for his beloved sport as top priority. From all at Loughshinny Motorcycle Club, they would like to praise you for your loyal commitment to not only the club but also road racing as a whole. Another sponsor who plays a huge role in supplying the lunches for the officials on the day of racing with some of their artisan crisps is Clinton Crisps. Clinton Crisps are a local company who grow their own potatoes in Skerries. The club are grateful to have their support, their crisps, and well, you can't have hungry marshals, can you? The Loughshinny Club would like to extend a huge thank you to Paddy O'Neill for his support with the sponsor A Bale, and to all of you who get on board year after year by sponsoring A Bale. Your support and sponsorship is greatly appreciated. Last but by no means least, I would like to familiarise you all with last year's title sponsor, Country Crest. In business and sport, loyalty is a powerful tool, and there is no doubt that the Loughshinny Motorcycle Club is lucky to have the loyal support of Lusk's largest employers, Country Crest. They have been involved with the races for many years, and the club are thrilled to have them involved. So Michael Hoy here from Country Crest. Obviously there's no racing this year due to the coronavirus pandemic, but how's, just aside from the racing, how's business been with you at Country Crest?
Well, we've been fortunate, I suppose, that we're in the food business, and it's business as usual. It's difficult times, it's difficult for everybody in the workplace, and just minding everybody and making sure that they're safe. But apart from that, it has been pretty much normal for us.
And then you've sponsored and supported the Loughshinny Motorcycle Club now for many years. What satisfaction do you get out of sponsoring an event that's really put Skerries on the map?
I think that it's probably one of the best community events that's run in this country, and it's great to be a small part of that. We have a very tiny part in that. It's easy to come up with some funds or whatever, but the lads themselves and the girls, the amount of work and effort they put in, it's a whole year's work for one day, and it's just fantastic to see what they actually do. And then when it comes to the day of the racing, the actual buzz that it brings around the whole community, so it's very much worth being part of it.
And then apart from your support with the Loughshinny Motorcycle Club, you also give back to the community in other ways. A lot of your staff here at Country Crest are all local people from around the area.
I suppose that comes under the word sustainability, and with any business you have a responsibility, and you have a responsibility to your community. I suppose both to the people that have work on your team and also to the people who live in the community. And if you're not prepared to support the local community, well then I don't think you should be in business at all. So yeah, it's very much part of what you do on an everyday basis.
Michael.
Well, that's it from the first part of this two-part video, but rest assured there will be loads more coming up in part 2, so stay tuned. But until then, stay safe.